Dímelo mi gentes. Cultural appropriation joke. I don't know if I'm gonna say it again. Whatever. Today I am excited to say some big news. I'm gonna talk about the. I'm gonna talk whatever. I'm not redoing this. This is my first take. First take. We're not redoing this. So I'm gonna talk about the biggest news that's been going on. The Drake and Kendrick Lamar beef. That is crazy. Look, man, I know I'm not a huge musical guy, but man, this beef is going like mad. Like, dang. And then like Drake dropped all those, like, not Drake. I mean, Kendrick was dropping those diss tracks, and it was just like, it was just something that, wow. Like, we're gonna talk about that real interesting. Yeah, we're gonna talk about that, man. We're gonna talk about this, man. I gotta talk about this beef, man. I'm in awe by this rap diss track. We haven't heard a good Drake diss since that Pusha T one with the Hidden Kid. Man, oh man, it's crazy how we're so focused on like two grown men who are making millions of dollars and we know nothing about them and they don't really affect our lives. We're gonna focus about them beefing on each other on little songs towards each other back and forth. That seems to be what we're going to be focusing on. It's but yes, nothing in the world matters, and nothing matters. But these two rich people talking about how about their beef, about their diss tracks about each other, and sending musical notes that rhyme, insulting one another, seems to be very important for a lot of you young people. And you guys care more about that than anything else in the world. You guys have to know as a satire that I really don't care. Like I said before, they're two rich guys that make more money than us, and they're arguing about stuff. And I'm being honest with you, I did not listen to any of these diss tracks. I didn't even know these guys were beefing until literally yesterday, when I was getting a bunch of like feeds. Take a quick stick with my water real quick. And it was just them, like, people weren't talking about the diss track themselves, but people were talking about like they're using it for content. And for me, I didn't watch any of those videos except for the album Preach one about Drake being into women, females of the younger side. But other than that, I saw that this morning, as of today, the day I was recording it. But in reality, I really don't care. Why would I care about two rich guys arguing? And also, did we not learn anything about this January about the Cat Williams thing when he exposed Hollywood? Guys, people in Hollywood, if you're famous, like everyone who's famous and in Hollywood, they're all weirdos. Like, there's a prerequisite of why you're in there. You're a weirdo. You're either a homosexual, which is okay, a druggie, or you're into children. It's one of those three. Okay, so that's like one of the prerequisites, and I truly don't care about this beef. I think you guys shouldn't care. What's his face is into kids, okay? I mean, most of them are. Most of them are also homosexuals, and some of them are also drug addicts. Like I said before, this shouldn't be surprising to anybody. But you know what is the surpriser? We're gonna talk about Haiti again. Yes, we are, and I don't care because I'm severely behind this Haitian news, which should have came out 2 months ago. But this might be short because I'm just gonna clarify certain things that was said that has been proven, which is actually very wrong information. We're gonna talk about the Prime Minister of Haiti and how he can't come back to Haiti. Excuse me, I shouldn't be burping on here, but you guys kind of like that, it just feels more authentic, like you're talking to somebody in real life, because you like to make parasocial relationships with people on the internet, like you do with this Drake and Kendrick Lamar beef. Even though you don't know who these guys are and they'll never benefit anything about you, and they're using you for money. Kendrick Lamar is using this for money to get employed, using all this money to help fund his pockets. So I don't care about any of this, and no one should care either. But you know who we should care about? The Prime Minister news, and this big, how he got, he basically just got threatened that they're going to kill him and he was just kind of like, he's just gonna stay in Puerto Rico. He can't go to Haiti. He's gonna stay in Puerto Rico because he's scared that barbecue is going to come up there and clap him. And a lot of misconceptions about this whole thing. Number one, the biggest misconceptions about barbecue. Even I got some of this information wrong in my earlier video, so I'm going to take accountability for that because I fell for the mainstream media. Fox News and CNN are both saying false things about what's going on. So we're going to talk about barbecue. Number one, barbecue. Not barbecue, it's barbecue. You gotta say it with the accent. Haitians don't pronounce the R's, RH's. So, one thing about barbecue is his real name is Jimmy Chevalier. His nickname came from his mom selling fried chicken on the street. Jimmy was also a former cop in Haiti, which, in Haiti that's considered an honor. And the reason why he no longer, and when he was a cop, sorry, I'm getting tongue-tied. I'm very excited to talk about this because it took me 2 months. That's my neglect, and I apologize for that, but I had to make sure things were right. Unlike these bums in Miami who says false information in their podcast. We're not going to say his name, but he got crucified in his comment section. So, Jimmy Savoya once was a cop in Haiti, which considered was a great honor. And when he was a cop, he realized he saw the corruptions going on in Haiti. He realized that he wasn't allowed to arrest the dudes in the valley where all the rich people live, and then he was allowed to arrest other people that lived in his neighborhood. He also realized the distribution of wealth, the uneven distribution of wealth in Haiti, about how the top of the elite were living like billionaires and they're rich and they're living in houses similar to that of Beverly Hills, California, where those who weren't in the hills lived in shacks and broken down houses with no clean water. By the way, someone did a fundraiser and they actually got clean water supply, this device to help clean the water in Haiti, and they gave it to them. And the Haitian government just kind of was like, well, we're not going to install it. You have to come down here and give us money so you can install it. They basically just took the device and didn't even use it, but that's a different story and a different conversation. So how that was going on and the corruption that was going in Haiti with the crime. And he realized that this is terrible. Also, the Haitian government also framed him for a crime that he didn't commit, and he got framed for it and used him as a patsy. So, with all those things going on with the Haitian government, also with the people in government, he also realized that a lot of the people who are in the presidency in the Haitian government didn't actually live in Haiti. Excuse me. The burps didn't really live in Haiti. Some of them lived in France, the US, or Canada. And a lot of those Western countries were having a lot of influences on Haiti, using it to keep the people poor, and they were just getting backed with money, keeping funding. These people were being backed with money, keeping their wealth to themselves and taking all the wealth to themselves and their own family, while also not living in Haiti, but also making the entire country poor on purpose. Because that's what the West wanted to do with Haiti and destroy it. So, his goal. Now then, he left and he went to join the I apologize. He left to go join the G9 and the fam. He came in, he joined the gang, and he unified the G9 and the family, the two biggest gangs in Haiti. He wants to unify the country as a whole, but he wants to make a big revolution that's going on in the country right now. He basically wants to free Haiti from the Western control that the West has had all over Haiti, because the Haitian people have been struggling for years. They've been taking the country itself and the people have been taking advantage from the West. And this is the reasons why, because of situations like these, is the reason why a lot of Haitians are leaving Haiti from that time, and they're trying to come to America. Migration, which I'll have a whole conversation about that. I'm just gonna say a prisoner theory episode, maybe next episode. I might even drop it on Haitian Flag Independence Day. I don't know, maybe. on Malcolm X's birthday, which is also on this month. Shout out to Malcolm X. But all these to come into play with the fact that a lot of misinformation about him has been skewed as him as a big villain, not considering him as a revolutionary, trying to free Haiti from the Western control, from the Western control. So what are some of the tactics that the West have been using to control? Well, America itself isn't going to send troops down to Haiti, so they're trying to get they're trying to get other countries to come in and take the Haitian problem with their foreign affairs, handle the Haitian foreign affairs by asking the Kenyan government to come to Haiti and keep them locked down. Unfortunately, that failed. That's why the prime minister left. He went there to go get the Kenyan, to help solidify the uses of the Kenyan army, and also the prime minister. He was there to get the Kenyan army to come there to help keep Haiti in some sort of like martial law, which failed completely due to the fact that the prime minister was not an elected official into Haiti. He was put in there by the United States to be a filler, which was they put in, not an elected official. So that's why Jimmy, aka Babaku, did not want this man to come back, because if he is basically a ploy into the Western world to help lower the country to its low. Why? I have no idea why. But I do know that they are trying to keep Haiti as low, and they're trying to destroy this country slowly over time, and manipulating every leader in that country with wealth, and only having certain leaders allowed to take advantage of their own land, and also funding their own pockets as well. And now the whole Gain outbreak is basically the whole country revolting against all of this, because now Babaku is leading this, and he's also a revolutionary. He wants the Haitian people to elect an elected official that is voted by the Haitian people for the Haitian people, and no Western influence involved in any of this. So what we have to do is we have to let the Haitian people solve the problems themselves and stop having any Western intervention at all, because what they're trying to do in the West is trying to destroy another country, so this way they can have migrants coming here, just so they can have a new way of having a lower new lower class into the society to help fund the money funding of their country, of the U.S. country. I don't know, I just kind of spoiled my theory. Once I'm done with this theory, which can be proven wrong, you guys can debunk me wrong when I made that episode. So that's the one thing we're going to talk about Haiti news. That's the one thing we have to clear up. I don't know if I said it properly or not, but I hope I did. So that's the reason why all of this is happening. So long story short, free Haiti. So what else happened? We're going to talk about, Candace Owens beefing with Ben Shapiro. The dude who sang his WAP cover. So Candace Owens and this dude were beefing because, Candace Owens has been very heavily critical of Israel, which could be another episode I'm going to talk about. Which actually no, there's a YouTuber who actually explains the whole concept of why Israel is heavily funded by the U.S. by GDF, I believe his channel called. I'm going to look it up. I'm not going to butcher this man's channel, and I would never butcher this. Yeah, GDF. His channel. He also talks about why Haitians are so good at smoking French soldiers. He makes very, very good content that I enjoy watching. You guys should all subscribe to him. He doesn't necessarily get funded by YouTube. YouTube doesn't really help him. He doesn't get ad revenues, but he does on the other hand. But if we have enough people on it, if you get enough subscribers on his channel, it'll help him out. Him and Barb's are gonna be on this channel one day. I'm gonna have them both interviewed, not at the same time, but differently. Barb's from Geography Now, which I love Geography Now. I love that channel. And also GDF. So no, let's get back on subject. So she's been very heavily critical on the whole U.S. Funding of Israel, and she lost her job because of that, because of what Ben Shapiro's false news of her saying she's very anti-Semitic got into his feelings. Mr. Facts Over Feelings got into his feelings when she was exposing fact about how there was an unnecessary amount of money going to Israel for the years of the U.S. has been giving to Israel for years. And Ben Shapiro got emotional and he got into his feelings and fired her. So she said, I'll have a public debate. And when she was ready to do the public debate after she got fired, she's going to debate him. Ben Shapiro just kind of no and backed out, which kind of shows you that these dudes who say facts over feelings, blah blah blah, they're just as emotional as anybody else. But as long as it doesn't attack them, it's okay for them to attack you and say you're so emotional. But when it comes to when the shoe's on the other foot, they end up crumbling down too, and they start calling you anti-Semitic, which is again a terrible thing. That's like calling someone who's white racist because he wouldn't help a black person. But he has all the reason he won't help him because the man was a thief and he tried to murder him. They go, oh, you're racist. It's racist. Sorry, please, YouTube, do not censor. Do not strike me. I'm a small channel. I have nothing on this channel. Please, I beg of you. Now then, so yeah, that's another news I want to talk about. And I was going to talk about the PD news, but again, like I said before, I don't care, and they're all weirdos. So I'm not even going to touch that with a fork. But you know what I'm going to talk about? We're going to do another anime review. Yes, we're going to talk about this. Well, this isn't actually a new anime, but it's a pretty old anime. Well, it's not that old, but it's old for me. And it's a Netflix anime. And it's based off a Korean comic book. Weird, right? It's called Lookism. So I didn't know what this was. It was just one of those things that just popped up on my YouTube thing, and I saw like a 30-minute video that just kind of gives a synopsis of the series, the Netflix series, not the comic book. And basically, and I'm gonna give some summary of the series without actually spoiling the show. It's about a fat kid who lives in Korea. He gets picked on and bullied, and he gets bullied so much that he has to change schools and change his location, but his mom kind of still lives at home, still lives in the same house that they used to live, but she works extra jobs to fund his new apartment. So he goes to a new area, gets picked on, bullied again, gets picked on, he gets bullied again in that new area. And then he goes to sleep crying because when he got picked on and bullied, it went viral and was spread all over the internet. And he was crying. He woke up. He was in a new body, and he was in awe. He thought it must have been a weird dream. Then he saw his old body, and then he freaked out. Then he closed his eyes, and he woke up in his old body. He's like, "Oh, it must have been a dream." So the handsome body next to him sleeping. So when he realized that, oh, I control two bodies. I have two bodies: a handsome, beautiful, handsome body, and his original fat, disgusting body. So he goes on living his life, then he goes on living a double life with the fat body and this handsome body. And he realizes he gets treated differently in the handsome body. And the story just goes on adventures of how the world perceives you, even though you're the same personality, same person, but just sees you in two different forms, and how looks plays such a huge factor in the world society, which is true. So I liked this series and I loved it. It resonated a lot with me. For someone like myself who used to be a fat kid growing up, this series really touched my soul. And it actually just proves that when you're handsome or you look good, you get treated better than someone who's fat and seen as unattractive. Also in the series, he actually just effort to lose weight. I actually sneak peek, and I actually read a little bit, not read, but I saw a little bit of the comic. And the comic's actually really good. It goes from lookism, about how looks affect you in society, to a whole international game and how the different games control of Korea. And it's actually kind of cool how they do that, and how him and the new bodies interaction completely change from how it approaches to their influence, how it is cool. And before I'm just gonna spoil it, huge spoiler. So you see how he looks with the new body. So fat Daniel Parker, he actually ends up looking like the new body. His new body further in the series as he loses weight and gains more muscle and learns more combat experience. And the new body ends up looking gigantic and swole. Not swole, but swole. Swole's good. He gets bigger and taller. And he also grows taller too. So that's something you need to learn about the series. That's also kind of cool. How he actually ends up looking like the new body that he got as he, trains and lose weight. And also, this is dumb as hell. The series is so stupid. Like, there's a lot of fighting in this series too. Even in the anime, yes, there's fighting too. The fighting is like, in my personal opinion, about the power skill of them, I would assume they're like weaker Kengan characters. King and Ashura. They're like weaker King and Ashura characters, basically, in my opinion. Just seeing how they fight. So, Kengan versus Baki. I'm gonna watch that. We're gonna review that. But yeah, they're like weaker Kengan characters, in my opinion. And also how they fight in the they're like weaker. Yeah. So how they explain how he learned how to fight was because this is the dumbest reason. In his fat body, he got beat up so much he actually gained an eye to tell the timing of punches, so he can able to impact them better. But he was so fat he couldn't necessarily knew how to like dodge them properly. So when he got to his new body, he can see the attacks, but now that he's thinner, he can actually physically move and dodge the attacks, which is so stupid. And then he ends up learning how to fight because he can copy moves because he's like a genius. In the new body, he learns how to copy movements and stuff. And also, in like I said before, his old body, he actually does lose a lot of weight and ends up looking like the new body. And the new body gets swole, but in his new body, he has still the same combat copying abilities. So, yeah. What I rate this show? I'll rate those 8 episodes, because there's only 8 episodes, so it's a quick watch. Man, oh man, those 8 episodes are fire, man. I give it a 9. That's an 8. That's a 9. A solid 9. It's an A tier show. It's solid. 9.3, man. It's a solid show. 9.3, but a 9. It's a 9. It's a solid 9. Like, it's really good, man. That anime is good. I loved it. And the series might even, if they continue making a season 2, they have enough content to make like a season 2 for like 24 episodes. Which would, in my personal opinion, will be insane if they actually do that. And they will get so much views. Like, instead of making that Castlevania trash ass series, they should have probably focused on Lookism and try and make another 24 episode season for that show for season 2, and another 24 episodes. This show is amazing and it deserves more seasons, and I'm happy, and I can't wait for season 2. And I'm talking about the show because I think it needs more traction. So that's one anime. Another anime I had to watch, actually not had to watch, it's an anime I saw the first season, but I never saw the second season. But I actually took the time to watch the second season because I loved the first season. And that is Deruara season 2. I'm not gonna send out the series because season 2 is pretty long, but I loved it. Season 2 is amazing, man. It took me years because I remember watching season 1 back in high school. Not high school. I was in middle school. Dang, I was in middle school watching Deruara, and I still remember the season. But yeah, I was watching that season 1. I was like, man, I love this series. I just love the whole series because like the whole series is basically talking about the whole like the Deruara story is the city. So the city, and I love the whole story they had with the whole city thing, and then season 2 just continues off of it. Even had little city moments, and yes, Deruara season 2 Deruara in general has a lot of fan service. But this show it's just a masterpiece, man. Good character writing, tells you good stories. It's just amazing, man. I give Deruara season 2 a 9.6. Is it better than season 1? I don't think so. I mean, it's like evenly. They're evenly matched. So 9.6, 9.6, 9.6. You know. Okay, I'll take it back. 9.5. 9.5. Okay, yeah, 9.5. Yeah, they're both 9 point. It's a 9.5 series. That series is amazing. Dura is a fire series. I highly recommend it. If you're someone who watches JJK or My Heroes, Dura is one of those series you have to watch because it teaches you how to like watch a lot more mature shows. If you're one of those people like it teaches people who watch nothing but shonen to watch more mature shows, and people who watch more mature shows can watch this because it also is also a lot more lighthearted than more mature shows. It's such a good blend, and I recommend it for seasoned anime fans and also newer anime fans. It's one of those shows that's perfect for both, and it's just an amazing series. And also for newer anime fans, it will literally teach you how to how to like understand stories, understand character developments. And for newer fans, it would just have a lot more for due to or like seasoned. It's just done so. It's such an uplifting. It's not as grim as a lot of the serious shows, but also it is a kiddie, and it's also very serious, and it does take itself serious. So dudes who are like into like shows who are like if you're someone who just loves stories and you're seasoned, this show is perfect for you. If you're someone who's new to anime, you're just kind of like you want to get past the kiddie shonen stuff and you want to be an adult and no longer be a little teenage boy or girl. You want to be a full-on adult and you want to watch something to help you transition into being an adult. Perfect. And if you're an adult and you want to watch something that just tells stories and not focus so much on just trying to be edgy and different and just wants to just tell a good story, this is perfect for you. This shows it's just a universally great series. I love it. 9.5. I recommend it. Watch Dura season 1 and season 2. You can even watch the special. I watched one of those OVAs. That one OVA when they told one's backstory, I skipped. But the OVA about the dude pretending to be everyone else is literally like, I like telling that story because that's one of the moments where it's like it doesn't take itself too serious. So if you're someone who's seasoned and you just want to watch something that's like it's serious but knows when not to take itself too serious, Dura is perfect, and it also tells a lot of stories. It's just a perfect show, man. It is so perfect, man. I recommend it for anyone who's like an anime fan. Watch it. Trust me, you're gonna walk up like, this show's amazing. I know my series. I love this show. So that's 2 fire series. It's funny how shows like Dura, Megaloboxing, Dura's an old series, man. Season 2 came out when I was in high school. Season 1 came out in middle school for me. That's an old series. But we're gonna talk about new shows like Megalobox season 2 and Lookism. Shows like those I think are phenomenal series. Megalobox season 2 is a 9.7. Fire season 2. Again, I already reviewed it. But shows like those, they don't get recognition. But shows like JJK, which is a very mediocre show at best, and My Hero, no one watches My Hero anymore. That show is mediocre, but JJK is mediocre. You like shows like those because you're just like watching random action and you don't pay attention to the series. Half of you guys are high or drunk watching these shows, so you don't really want to pay attention. But yeah, man, we need to start gatekeeping in anime again. Anime needs to come back to gatekeeping. I'm gonna put that in. That's gonna be new rule. We gatekeeping in anime. If you're serious, if you like certain shows, you're getting banned. You're getting ridiculed. All right, we have to start gatekeeping, man. And people are like, you quiz these females about anime. I quiz men too. I quiz everybody. Everyone gets quizzed. Okay? There's a threshold because I'm sick and tired of you guys insulting the art by hyping up these mediocre shows who, if these shows were back in the early 2000s, wouldn't hold a candle to if these shows like JJK was around back in 2002 in the early 2000s, I promise you, it wouldn't even be nowhere near the best show. It wouldn't even be in the same world of Zach Bell will be better than is better than JJK. All right, and JJK will be beneath Zach Bell, which is a B tier show, which is still a good show, but like it wouldn't be on the same level as a Zach Bell. And Zach Bell is a relevant series, but it's still a good series. It's above average. It's pretty good. If you like battle royales like Fortnite and Apex, trust me, Zach Bell will be the anime for you. And that's all I can really say. I'm gonna be more consistent in this. I don't even know it's a podcast. We're just gonna call it podcast because that's what we're gonna say, but not really. We're gonna be more consistent on this, man. I could get views and I can get views, but I'm just gonna focus on it's consistency, man. I think that's my biggest problem. I need to be more consistent. So yeah. And I know I didn't do the UFC 301, but that card was fire. So that was a very good card. Very good card. That card was amazing, man. They brought it. They brought it in that card. I loved it. I love that card. And I'm just gonna end the episode here, man. I don't have much to say, but I'm gonna upload more. I'm going to upload more. I promise you. Maybe not next week, or the week after that. But it's gonna be an upload, trust me. We're gonna be more consistent on this grind. This grind has to be serious because I learned I can get views. And I can get a following. But I just need to stay more consistent and more belief in my abilities. Or I'm just being delusional. I don't know. Well, okay, that's the end of the episode. All right. I know I said it like 5 times, but this is officially the end of the episode. All right. Okay. Ciao.